once we've learned how to cut timber, it's then a case of what we can do with it. And I'm going to show you some examples ranging from reception to year 6. This one I have done with reception. I have to say I haven't done it with nursery, but I have done it with reception. So you get the child to cut 4 pieces of timber. They then stick it onto a piece of card like that. And then what they do with it, well, I've seen children bring a photo of their family and stick it on there with the little calendar on. I've also seen them draw Mary and Joseph and create a nativity scene within there. I've seen Goldilocks and the 3 bears, with Goldilocks downstairs, a line drawn across there, and the 3 bears upstairs. Very simple thing to start children with. This one is getting the children to produce their name. Now that's fine if you're called Pete or Ben. If you're called Elizabeth, it's a bit more challenging. And I'll show you after this video a way that we can demonstrate maths mastery using this simple little name thing. If we want to join timber, we have to use glue. Now, we can use PVA, we can use glue sticks. This afternoon, I'm using glue guns. This is a hot glue gun. I have used them in the classroom, but I've always had it so that I've either had a responsible adult in the class who is just on glue gun, or my teaching assistant has been on it. Now, if you look at this piece of timber, that is quite a common cut for a child to do. But by using a right angle triangle, it's amazing what you can then do. So, if I get the glue and bring it down there, and then my right angle triangle, stick it on. Remember, it's a hot glue gun. It's called a hot glue gun for a reason. Then on this side, hot glue along there. And here, as long as I match up the wood along the triangle, you will see I've got a right angle. On the other side, you can see that the sawing error doesn't really matter. So you get your right angle join from that. And you can see from that, you can then go on to produce a square. Now this one actually still has the child's name on it. This was made by Olivia, who was in year 2. So, and on the back you can see the cutting hasn't really affected the construction of the square. Now from the square, what you might want to then do is go on and produce a cube or a cuboid. And that's simply done by, once again, using the triangles. Now, if you look at this one, there's the green triangle, so it matches up. I'll just place that on top, but then by adding another triangle on that side and one there, you can then get this piece coming up. So you can see you're starting to create the framework of a cube. And here, once again, there's the green one matching up with the orange and blue, and you can see how the cube is really taking shape now. And then you can develop it into a cuboid. Now, I have seen these. Once the cuboid's been made, I have used them to then cover in card and bake a memories box. Had them one time where the children had made a clay pot. So they made a box to take their clay pot home in. But this now, this shape and this shape, can lead on to all sorts of model making. Here is a Tudor house. And you can see here's the basic cuboid. And then by just using some more glue and pieces, the roof was made. My eldest son is a primary school teacher in Preston. They did this. He then made sure his father-in-law's there, who is a qualified firefighter, and they did the Fire of London. And they actually saw how quickly, outside on the playground, the fire spread from house to house. taking the square, you can produce a chassis for a vehicle. There's the cuboid at the back, other bits attached, and there you've got your little vehicle, or your space buggy, or your fire engine, or your ambulance, or your Formula 1 sports car, or a tank, or whatever. And then, one thing which I know a lot of people on your course have enjoyed in the past is the trebuchet. This was an ancient weapon of war, where you pull that, and hey presto,